Gotta rank them all, Pokemon.
Welcome to Spelunkers, a place for exploring video games and nerd culture. I'm Ryan, and this is Gotta Rank 'em All, the Pokemon ranking show, where Chris...
We're ranking Temtems today, right?
Isn't that the sequel to this show?
No, it will not be.
Gotta Rank 'em All, Temtem. It'll be great. It'll be the acronym.
Gotta tame them all, Temtemon. Just add Mon, because we can.
Chris and I are pretty excited for Temtem. 1.0 is right around the corner of recording. I've been getting in a little bit on PC beforehand, but this is a Pokemon show. So we'll talk about it probably when it hits 1.0 and Chris has played a little bit. But this is, of course, the show where we rank all the Pokemon in the most officially arbitrary list ever. We've got a guest here, returning guest, good buddy, Quokimbo.
Hi, how are y'all? What's up? I was so lost just a second ago. I was trying to put it together, acronyms and Tims, and I was like, I feel like I should know, but no, none of this.
You don't need to know what Temtems are. Fine.
It's a MMO creature collector that's coming out soon.
Okay.
Ryan, I don't know if that's the first like joke intro I've done that's really thrown you off, or if it's just because you're drunk. But that was the most off the intro has ever been.
Yippee! All right. Well, you know what? We're batting 1,000 tonight. It's gonna be a good show. I've had a few drinks tonight, but you know what? That just makes for fun podcasting.
Sure.
Quo, we're very excited to have you. It's been a little while since you've been on.
Mm-hmm.
I know I sent you the list, and you get a chance to look over it and decide what you want to bring with you for your pick. Did anything aside from what you brought tonight, if it may or may not be on the list already, like stick out to you as like really offensive? Was there one Pokemon you were like, oh my god, that's there on the list?
Well, I mean, so my list of Pokemon is like literally on a handful. Like I can tell you what decks I've played like competitively. Yes, very few, because they're still good. They just change. They just get like Turbo Dark. It's not even expanded anymore. Turbo Dark, which is Darkrai, but now they're not called EXs and GXs. Now they're called Vs and VMAXs. But yeah, it's back. You can use the Dark Patch. The Dark Patch it came, it went, and now it's back again. So, and it's Mad Max style. I live, I die, I live again. No, I mean, like literally, no, because once you get past like 10 or 15, it's like, there's only like 10 or 15 that I actually like. So,
that's fair. That's fair.
Because a lot of them I honestly don't even know. I think I've said this before. Like I'm a player, first, and then secondarily, my playing just fuels my collection. If I get a nice shiny card, it's literally just going into my binder for sale, because the only deck that I want my deck to be the good shiny deck. And so if it's not in my deck, I know, I guess, also what I play against. But then again, I still don't. It's not like a preference. I can tell you the ones I like are the mean looking ones, like Darkrai and I gotta say it, man. Because I don't know where it stands. It's such a funny realm, because we've talked about the video game versus the card game and everything. So yeah, I don't know.
The differences between the two are fun.
Because like V unions, yeah, I didn't even think about that. So that is a card, literally, like, so you know those jumbo cards that you see. This is 4 singular cards that play together as one. All of the art, like literally, when they announced these cards were coming out, you literally got like a Mewtwo leg, and people were like, "Oh, I can't wait to open up a pack and get a Mewtwo foot, Mewtwo arm," because one of the cards is like really sick and has like the face and like his shoulder, and then and then the plan is all weird because you can only have. No, I'm not going to use it. It's okay. But it's essentially like a jumbo card on the bench. It's like you got 4 cards and they all make 1 card, and it's like, but I don't even know where that would even be in here. Like, so I guess I was just more like looking at things like, I wonder, ooh, what is that? What is it? Gigantamax? Yeah, I know those are like I think those are like the V Maxes, but because those are gigantic, they're huge. All of the arts, like Pokemon looks like a normal size, but like the Umbreon is playing with the moon. Like he's playing with the moon like it's a toy.
Okay.
So that's how big he is.
That's cool.
But yeah, like there's an Eevee, not an Eevee, Sylveon that has just all of the other evolutions just hidden in the Eevee, like in the ribbons and stuff, like popping out of the ribbons and stuff.
Okay.
Quo, you probably heard about this. I'm not sure if you did, Ryan, though, but I think it was at the World Championships this year that somebody brought a deck of just monstrously large cards, like, to play with. And because there's nothing in the rules that says you cannot play with cards that are as big as you, they had to let him play with a deck of cards that was that big.
That's how you get new rules in the rule book right there. That's...
The jumbo cards are illegal. They have to be regulation size. So I don't know if it was Pokemon, because if it doesn't come out of a pack, you can't play with it. Like,
I don't know. I'll find the story.
I'd like to see, yeah, because that was the whole thing with the V Unions. It was a jumbo card. Everybody was like, "Oh, we get to play with our jumbo cards that they always give us," because the boxes always come with the neat jumbo cards, dude. And some of those jumbo cards are stupid expensive and. Dude, I was literally hanging them up with push pins on my wall.
You hate to find that out. That's some terrible news.
It was bad. I was push pins and sticky tack on the back.
Oh, man. All right. Well, while Chris is researching that article, let's get a little list refresher in for our ranks tonight. Top of the board, 1, 2, and 3. We got Greninja, Lugia, and Shuckle. Way down at the bottom, 958 Jinx, 957 Gumshoes, 956 Young Goose, 477 is the halfway mark. Gigantamax Eevee, 477, Gigantamax Centiskorch, 478, and Rhyhorn, 479. The number 100 bouncer is Honchkrow. So, he's got just like a gang of Murkrow around him. Just like, get them, boys, as soon as someone who he doesn't want into the 100 clubs. Just to sick on him.
Is 100 like the because that's what I was thinking in my head, because it's been so long. I know the list was not nearly this big the last time I was on. So I didn't actually know what number. I didn't go to the bottom, I suppose. Yeah, 900. I was literally going to be like, yeah, that was one. If it was the top one, 100, and then 200, and then 300, and 400, and 500. But I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you were here for our first episode, Quo, and then
was it the first one?
You were our first guest,
and it was like maybe episode around 20 or something.
Yeah,
I think
about
we had
that.
you back.
Mm-hmm.
That was a long time ago.
Now?
50.
This
is a big 50.
Yeah.
Oh man, because I'm not. Yeah, I was at the beginning of the year. That's one of the things I was like, yeah, dude, I did this. Oh, I did this. Now I can say I do this because it was a while. But I was like, I did a podcast for Pokemon and show them the YouTube channel, and I don't show a lot of it, but I'm like, yep, got to rank them all right there. Got to see it a little bit. Yeah, it's a
show off to all your students.
As soon as this is up, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, look, guys, go watch. Look at my speckled wall and cardboarded windows."
Well, our first Pokemon to fit into this ginormous list tonight is Cryogonal, who is a Snowflake. But it's the crystallizing Pokemon. How is this not the Snowflake Pokemon?
It's a crystallized snowflake.
He was no snowflake in the cards, dude. Like, he would win a game. He had an attack that would not let your opponent play items, and those are very, very, like, not even joking. You just slap him down and an energy. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I'd have to go back and see, but I liked him being there because also I say him differently because I say polygonal instead of polygonal. So I say it like cryogonal.
Triagonal. Yeah.
But I thought he looked cool too.
An alright design.
Like a star.
I feel like this is like just a mid-tier Pokemon in the video games.
Yeah, the fact that it is a solo almost instantly makes it where I'm not going to use that anyway. And it's pure ice type, is that right?
That's correct.
It looks like it should be Ice Ghost, which would instantly make it a little cooler, but it's just ice.
True. But it's not the worst Pokemon in the games by a good measure, at least.
It's true. You know, I've never seen it, but I imagine... Well, I don't know, maybe not, because it kind of looks like, you know, it's on a hinge and it can close down and just look like a straight-up snowflake. But then if you look at the back behind its eyes, it doesn't look like that would actually fold down, right? Unless it's got, like, little hinges back there or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never seen a Cryogonal from the back. It's impossible. It's not like you see it every time you send one out in the game. I would have to send one out.
Which would require catching one.
All impossible things.
Impossible.
I've fought a bunch of them.
Yeah, which I guess the camera in the newer games does spin around. I've probably seen it from the back, and I don't think it has little hinges on the back.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
So where do we even start looking for this? By the way, I did find that article. I posted it in the Gotta Rank 'Em All channel. Anybody curious can look in the Discord. And I think it said it was the North American like regionals that they let him enter with.
Let's check that out. Absolutely. It's funny.
North American International Championship. They let him enter with it, but apparently they've never released any of those jumbo promo cards for like energies or trainer cards. So it was literally an unplayable deck. But he still entered with it and just got wrecked. Because it was funny.
That's funny. And I did check, yes, it is your opponent can't play any items from their hand during their next turn. So I'm pretty sure you would just put him down, and it's only one energy, so you would use him while you're setting up your bench and getting all your other Pokemon. I mean, so he's useful for me. Out of 900, I was thinking like right in the middle.
Yeah, around the halfway mark. Is roughly where I was thinking. Like I said, I think this is a perfectly fine Pokemon. It doesn't offend me in any way. The design's all right. The name's pretty good. It just doesn't like do anything super special either.
Is it better than Guzzlord?
Oh man, I don't know. That Guzzlord's got a good name.
It's true. It's true. And if we're hanging out above Guzzlord, we'd be hanging out above Pidgeotto at 473, which is unacceptable. I like
but we do want to push Quilladin down.
That's true. That's why I looked at Guzzlord. I didn't want to bring up Quilladin because everybody knows I'm trying to push Quilladin down. I have been for like 15 episodes now.
He's within 6. He's within 6 of the halfway mark.
He'll end up where he belongs by the end.
What do you got against Quilladin? Just curious.
No, I just think he's the perfect mid Pokemon, and he belongs at the exact middle of the list.
Then definitely right above him, right above Guzzlord. To fit all of the boxes.
Okay. Here's one I know you guys, well, at least you, Ryan, will want this above. You got Vanillish at 491.
Yeah, I'd say above Vanillish. Yeah. They would.
You fan of the ice cream Pokemon? Well, did you know there was an ice cream Pokemon?
Yes, they gave you so many of those in, I believe it was the Sun and Moon set, the base Sun and Moon set, the Vanilla Ice, Vanillish, I don't remember the other one. So many.
Vanillux?
Vanillux, yeah.
Vanillux, yes. All they did was make me want to go to Dairy Queen or whatever your local ice cream space is.
It's true. They should have done a cross promotion.
McDonald's got that on lock, bro. Dude, they wrecked those cards too. Like, those cards right out of the gate are worth so much money because you cannot get a mint. You just cannot get a mint card out of it because they just throw it all into a box and they push it out the window and then the kids go and they're gone.
Wow.
So you find one and it's $1 million freaking dollars.
Because they'll get poked inside the Happy Meals and everything. Like, I've got an EV card, and it's a nice EV, and I got it when the promotions were running and everything, but it got poked by something inside of there somewhere. The people don't care about the cards that are working there.
Yeah, they don't care about anything. Those retail and fast food employees, they're the worst. No, I'm just kidding.
They don't really care about keeping their job. They just want to get it out the window.
That's all they have time to care about, man. That's all they get paid to care about. They don't get paid enough to care about anything else.
No, I'm
That's
with you.
fair.
And I'm not mad about it. I waited tables for a long time. I'm a fan. I liked waiting.
So Cryogonal number 900. I'm just kidding. I think we agree above Vanillish at 491. We've got Ice Cube, the penguin with the ice cube head at 486. I think I like that more than this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I'd stay below Ice Cube as well.
So it's funny because Ice Cube that's an old Pokemon, right?
I think it's pretty new. It's either Sun and Moon or Sword and Shield, I think.
Is that right?
Because some Pokemon,
it's Gen 8. It's as long as it can be.
Dude, no, never mind. See, that's why I looked. Because some Pokemon, I'll be like, I'll think are new, but they just haven't been out in a few generations. Like they haven't put out the card in a few sets or whatever. And then it's like, no, that's been out. They've had that before. It's like, oh, okay, I knew that. I really did.
I'm a fan. I don't.
I do all the things. Play games.
I see us looking, Chris. We've got Skitty, Furret, Gorgeist,
Slackoth. I'm below all of those. If I'm being honest, I'm below Vanillish as well. You know me, I stand for the ice cream Pokemon, but we can go right above Vanillish if you guys want.
I am fine. See, now I'm seeing things like Kartana. Gosh, I won games with that. Like
Kartana's cool. Tell Ryan Kartana's cool, man.
Dude, Kartana is sick, dude. Not only does Kartana look sick, but it used to have this move where it was one energy and it would take a prize card. So if you had taken 5 prize cards, only had 1 left, you didn't even have to do anything. You would just be sitting there waiting. You just take a prize card. You don't have to do anything. Just like GX with thanks. Good game.
Wow.
Like because it's an attack, but it doesn't do anything to the opposing player. You take a prize card, and that's the game. That's because you took your 6th, and that's the last win con. And it's so good. You just wait.
So we're gonna move Kartana up. I'm just kidding. That's not how this list works. We would have 4-hour episodes every episode.
You'd be putting them all over the place all the time,
and we'd be at like 200 because we'd be able to get through 3 an episode. I mean, if we want to go below Kartana, that's fine.
Okay.
Y'all have much more in this than me. I'm just trying to guide. my TCG expertise.
A new 494. That sounds great for Cryogonal. That's like right in the area I was imagining. It's very average number for this list. It's a very average Pokemon.
And its name comes from being a crying polygon.
That's basically, yeah. Cryo.
I thought it was
hexagonal
polygon.
Basically, yeah.
You are correct. I intentionally guess wrong every time. Intentionally, everybody at home. I'm not stupid.
Yeah. Wrong answers only. The Japanese name is Frigio.
Yeah.
Which may be a combination of freeze or frigid and geometry.
Which makes sense also, the way that it goes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good naming.
So even more of the reason I call it, I just say polygonal because it's fun. So, cryogonal.
Never works. But that's all the time we've got for you tonight, Cryogonal. Next up, we've got Mega Glalie. Who is...
We are loving the ice types today.
Yeah.
We've actually got a lot of them.
Been a cold day in hell today.
Cold day at the bottom half of the list.
I've got nothing besides it looks neat.
I like it a lot more than base Glalie.
Really?
Kind of a big beard thing going. I don't like base Glalie at all. So yes. What do you dislike about this, Ryan?
The dislocated jaw. I've
got some party tricks to show you later.
I don't know. The no upper lip,
right?
Like his whole upper lip's just cut away.
Yeah, it reminds me of Hollows from Bleach. That show's awesome, so I don't know what your problem is.
Haven't watched Bleach, so.
Oh, sounds like a personal problem. Ryan, we cannot put this below base Glalie. Base Glalie is at 955, my friend.
Which I don't like Glalie, but that does feel low for Glalie. We can't put that's fair. But I would only put this in like, I don't know, the 700s somewhere probably.
I think that's fair. Look at the monster beard he's got going, man. You guys ready for winter.
I still think he's like wearing a skull.
Wearing a skull?
Is that...
So you think he's like a hairy guy and he's just wearing a skull over the top of his head?
Maybe that's ice, because he's got the ice horns, right?
Yeah.
I've never looked at anything outside of the card art, so I had to look up like other art to even see what the card art doesn't, because it's mostly just his mouth open up because he got the big attack through the card. But like, I think it looks like he's wearing a skull to me. Like, I think that's kind of cool. Like he had to kill something to put it on, but maybe it was another Glalie he had to kill to wear its skull, because he looks like his horns are protruding out from underneath of it. Maybe I'm misinterpreting. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one.
I can see where you're coming from, because yeah, you can see like around the eyes, you can see a little bit of black there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. The only reason why I've never seen that is because it evolves, quote unquote, from regular Glalie, which is basically what that top design is. So if it's wearing anything, it's another Glalie skull.
I like that even more.
It turns into Mega Glalie, grows a bunch of fur, and then immediately has to murder another Glalie and put its skull on its face. So number 1.
I won't know about that.
I mean, it is better than Shuckle.
Ninja. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Number 4.
I don't know is that? That's your 4? Is Shuckle?
Shuckle's 3.
How did Shuckle get 3?
Look, I tried.
Look, people. No, you got indoctrinated, my friend, and Nail will be back for another episode to re-indoctrinate you. You've been broken by too many people.
Dude,
all the people we've had on the show, we have had many people on the show, and there has only been a single episode where there were 2 people sitting on the show and they had the same favorite Pokemon. I think even if we had every single person that's been on the show sitting in the show together, I don't think there would be any 2 people that had the same favorite Pokemon, except for me and Nail, both having Shuckle as our favorite Pokemon. That's how we ended up there.
Oh, man. Okay.
So, I mean, we're lucky it only got to 3, honestly.
We fought for more. We deserved more.
He got more than he deserved.
Okay, so 700s for Mega Glalie. This is gonna be a long episode.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Cast. You know what? Cast form. How do we feel about a cast form comparison at 727?
They're both weird, like floating things that don't
ball
really have
shaped,
legs.
Weather related.
What shaped?
Ball shaped.
Roughly ball shaped. Now, cast form does have what do you call them? Truck nuts, right?
So yeah, the truck nuts Pokemon, is Brian called them.
Pretty good.
Cast form. The name sounds familiar.
He's like he turns into different forms depending on the weather. I don't know if that plays into the card game at all.
I don't even know what those other things look like. I've just seen that thing. Yeah.
See how he looks like truck nuts?
I don't know what truck nuts are. I'm scared. I'm breaking my algorithm.
Yeah, Google trucker nuts.
I know. Truck nuts. Trucker nuts might get you some different results.
Don't Google that. I think we have to go below cast form. Truck nuts. I mean, come on, hacking arcade. That and also,
pretty good. Yep.
I would like them below LGM just because that's a clever name. Just right below cast form.
Yep, that's fair. Above Crabominable, a 737.
I think that's fair. This is not nearly as just monstrously designed in a way that doesn't make any sense as Crabominable.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was weird. Because Crabominable had a deck that was okay for a while, so I got to look at its art, and yeah, he's weird looking.
Funky.
A sandy crab snow thing.
Yeah. Yeti crab. Who thought Yeti crab was? Never mind.
I mean, Yeti crab's fine. It's just Wireless Pincher's hammers. Wireless Pincher's his armpits, I think we decided on that episode.
Because that's the only place he could pinch, right? Is that what it came down to?
I think so. And the lore specifically calls out that man has pinchers.
Yeah.
I think maybe right above Crabominable, though. I'm okay with Galarian Slowpoke, Slowbro staying above. Mega Glalie.
That's fine.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Perfect. We're all on the same wavelength. All right. Any guesses where Glalie comes from?
Watched one episode of SpongeBob, and it was the fun episode where they sing about ukuleles, and he said, "I am glad to be a ukulele." Gladly. And then he started saying it wrong.
That may be.
I'm the sober one on this episode, by the way, everybody.
Your most creative response yet, Chris. That's really good. Glalie may be a combination of glacier and goalie.
Oh, like a soccer?
Yeah, but where's that come? Like, where did goalie come from?
I have never in my life thought of Glalie as being related to soccer. I guess the base form kind of looks like a soccer ball.
He looks kind of sporty
really
now that. Yeah,
but like, I don't think the ball would be the goalie, right?
I don't know. I've never tried.
Even okay, the Japanese name is Onigori, which may be a combination of Oni, Demon, Kori, Ice, as well as being a pun on Onigiri. Then it still says it may also involve goalie, though, which is
why? Who wrote this?
Just random.
I may have to Google that after this recording. But Glalie, that's all the time we've got for you tonight. Next up, we've got Heracross.
Here we go.
Fan favorite.
It's a good mon.
Gen 2 best mon. No, not the best mon from no. Maybe you know what? I would say best bug out of the first two gens by a easy margin.
Also Scizor. I like
okay, Scizor. Top 3.
Better than Shuckle.
You know what? That's fair.
It's cute.
Also a bug.
That's true. Shuckle is the bug that's ever lived.
I don't know about that. Anyway,
Shuckle's the best of every type. Little known fact.
I do love this guy. But how much do I love it? Is the question.
I don't think I top 100 love it. I think in the first half of this show, I would have top 100 loved it, but it's tough competition up there.
It is some stiff competition.
I am not even. I've got nothing. It had a cool attack on the TCG where it would just discard whatever you had in your opponent's whatever was in their active. Didn't matter. It would just discard it. Now, you didn't get anything out of it, like you didn't take prize cards because you weren't knocking it out. But if you got something up there, I don't think the attack was a lot either. I'm trying to find it, but I can't seem to because I don't remember which set it came out of. But outside of that, yeah, it didn't. He doesn't give me any like mad feelings. Like I didn't lose any games to him or anything.
I mean, for like, this is an older Pokemon. This came out in Gen 2, right after Red and Blue and Yellow, the very first games. And maybe not a staple, not like something you'd see across everyone's team really regularly all the time, but definitely a well-known Pokemon for that generation. Heracross definitely had a following, still does to this day, I would say. Pretty useful bug type.
Yeah. I mean, the big problem with Heracross, A, doesn't evolve into or from anything. Solo evolution, not my favorite.
Yeah.
B, very hard to get, I think, in every game that he's in. Like, I can't think of a game where he's like, oh yeah, I just found a Heracross, whatever.
Yeah, that's fair. You got to like headbutt trees for hours at a time and be lucky enough and wait for one to fall out of the tree when you headbutt it.
Yep, and in later games, it's like slather honey on the tree and come back and hope that there's a one.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds painstaking. And
those are fair.
Heracross was one in one of the sets that you just got all the time. He was in every pack, like Heracross. It's funny because it's like video game is so hard to get, but then I'm not even joking. I probably got like stacks of Heracross. Like,
here's a question to see how much the card game and the video game relate. How prevalent are Zubat when they're available in a set?
So there was a set. The Zubat goes into Crobat, and that line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yes, there's still they do attacks. Like you just evolve, and it allows you to put damage counters on the opposing people. So you just have a full set, and you're always evolving, and then picking them up and re-evolving and picking them up, and you're just throwing attacks. And then they use another. I want to say it's like a Trevenant to go with it. So there's still. I want to say that there's still a deck right now in Expanded that has the bats, because that's what they're called, is the bats.
Oh,
are you playing the bats also?
But if you bought a pack that had Zubat in it, would it be like 9 of the cards are Zubats and you get one other card? Because that's what the Pokemon game is like when you're in a cave with Zubats.
Yes, the Zubats are prevalent. I want to say that's one that I've got like foils of, like a stack of foils of. That's cool. How prevalent they were. Yeah. Damn. I mean, no, they're like, that's bad. It's not cool. That means they're worse. I know what you mean, but yes.
Foils are fun. It's always fun to open and see a foil.
Okay, so that's where Pokemon's good in the TCG, and a lot of other, like, there's a foil in every pack in a Pokemon pack. But like Magic, apparently, getting a foil card in Magic is yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I see you. Yeah.
I think it's out in the truck because I'm about to go get rid of it. I got a cardboard box full, like nearly 5,000 Magic the Gathering cards. I'm retiring from Magic the Gathering.
It takes a little effort, but Reddit will give you premium. It takes a little effort, but just throwing it out there. Just find like a Reddit sub. I know there's one because there's one for Pokemon, so there's one for just a Reddit selling sub, because you'll only get 50% if you take it to a shop. Like I said, it's a little effort. You just got to take some pictures and timestamps and stuff, but you'll make, if you've got a collection, you'll make a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, there's maybe a few cards I could take out and do that way to at least maximize profit. Anyway,
not the sidetrack. Sorry,
I'm very on topic tonight, everybody. I was looking at Ledian at 325.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're around there. I think I like it more than Ledian. I was gonna bring up Pancham and Pangoro. I like it less than in terms of fighting types, and those are at 217 and 282. So I would say between Pangoro and Ledian sounds good to me.
Okay.
I got no arguments.
Below Rockruff. What's Rockruff 309? That adorable little boy.
I say he's a good boy.
He's such a good boy. There's a lot of good boys on this list, to be fair.
They model a lot of Pokemon after dogs.
Oh man, I keep looking and I'm like, I don't know. I probably want it below Flaffy, Kingdra. I'm like getting closer and closer to Ledian. Maybe right above Ledian, honestly.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Because there's Crabrawler above that. I really, as bad as Crabominable is, Crabrawler is awesome. I love Crabrawler. Good name, great design. The Absols are good. Palkia Origin forms in there. So Heracross, a new 325, which seems perfect. Any guesses? The name origins of Heracross.
It's named after when the Greek goddess Hera was nailed to a cross.
You are closer.
By Christian viewership, which we have.
Because I was gonna say they're big fans of Pokemon. Well-known fact. Christians, huge Pokemon fans. A lot of them. Heracross may be a combination of Hercules beetle, the species of rhinoceros beetle named after the hero, Heracles, the divine hero, and Cross. So you are not as far off with that incorrect guess, Chris.
Because it's on his nose, or I don't.
He's got the cross thing going on. Heracross died for our sins, everybody. All right, that's the message here. Next up, we've got Hisuian Avalugg.
Dude, so it was funny when that word, nobody knew how to say that word at when we were all playing, because I forget, it's a Pokeball and it's the Hisuian. I forget what the name of the Hisuian something ball, and everybody was like, "I'm playing my H Pokeball." But there was one or two people who knew, and we were like, "What? How do you say that?" Okay, one more time. But so yeah, I got nothing for this though. I haven't even opened one of these. I'm so far behind. I put together my deck with older cards by just trading for the newer ones that I needed. So I literally haven't even opened up any of the new sets. I'm so far behind.
Are sets still a pain to get your hands on? I know there was a time when it was like
yes and no. Like you can go to the store and there can be none, but they're stocking more readily than there's not people waiting in lines anymore.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it's a lot better.
Back to normal, more so, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
What it was before that craze.
There were times even before when sets would drop and they just get bought up. Just I still see people just getting Pokemon. I can't help it either. I've walked around. I'm like, do you play or do you just collect? And it's funny because I've gotten a lot of both. Like some people say I try to play, some people say I try to collect. I've gotten very few people. I don't know if they're lying, but very few people actually say, "Oh, I'm just gonna turn these over on Facebook, bro." I'm like, oh dang, that sucks. Like, makes me want to just buy them just so you can't have them. But yeah,
screw you and screw Facebook.
I like this more than normal Avalugg only because I like the boss fights in Arceus.
It's fair.
But otherwise they look so similar that I don't really care. This guy's rock and ice instead of just ice, right? So you got rock feet.
Yep. I honestly, the head like lining up dimensionally with the rest of the body for the iceberg is better for me. Because with regular Avalugg, the head is a lot smaller. So it like steps out to the body, and then the beard, that's a good beard. That also looks like a snow plow, so he's like plowing the snow out of the way in front of him.
For sure, that's what they're going for. I like it.
Yeah.
It's fine. Better than Avalugg is not a high mark. Avalugg's at 516 on the list.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair.
Better than Cryogonal, I think.
Yeah. For our our third ice type of the show in 4 Pokemon.
Yep. There's more to come, people.
We're not done.
I like it.
I like this more than. I was
So
above. Where's Vanillish again?
492.
Yeah, I was above that.
Figured.
I was about to call out.
I didn't even notice it existed. You passed over it.
Right by it. I stopped at Snover at 407.
Good God, you jumped, my friend.
I kind of like this guy.
Got him above Bidoof at 431.
Yeah. I do.
I'm getting to go watch Bidoof's big day again, Mike. Anything stick out to you, Quo? The above or below? You're in the 400.
No.
That's fair.
No. Those are all pretty menial Pokemon. Wobbuffet he's still he's nice. But nothing. I've got nothing for any of those.
Okay. So, Ryan, we gotta come to a middle point here somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere in here.
It's gotta be below Esper, I say. I'm happy with him right below Esper. Esper's at 445.
All right, I'll take it. It's lovely doing business with you, sir. New 446 for Hisui and Avalugg. And I don't think we did Avalugg's name origins the first time. I don't think we were doing that. So any guesses where Avalugg comes from?
Just that big old lug, Avril Lavigne. Everyone's always saying it.
I was thinking Avalanche, because he's kind of bouldery. And then Lug is I don't know, because he's a big luggy, bouldery thing. I got nothing.
No, that's it, actually.
Basically, yeah.
They say Avalanche and Lug, either as big, clumsy person or to carry or drag heavy objects, like you're lugging something up a hill.
Boom.
Nailed it. All right. Next up, we've got Toxapex. Which this sounds like... talk to your doctor if Toxapex is right for you. Side effects may include.
That's funny. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the way that it looks, and on top of that, in the TCG, for fun, I like to put together fun decks sometimes to play kids with, because a lot of times when you go play Pokemon, sometimes you might be literally the only adult there. And it's bad when you're just scraped in three turns. You just scrape them because they're not the best. They don't have credit cards to buy whatever they want. So Toxapex had a flipping attack, and it was flip 4 coins, and it does whatever X amount per head you get. So that's what I would use Toxapex with something else to play kids, because it was very much hey, dude, I didn't beat you. The coins beat you, dude. The coins did it.
Have an excuse ready, built in. I went out of my way to catch one in the games, and they're not. I tend not to run very defensive, tanky Pokemon, which this is. So it's not my style, but it was a good Pokemon.
Looks like a jellyfish. It looks like a shell. It looks like all kinds of things, when it opens up and then closes or whatever.
Yeah, he makes his own home with his body, so, he's ready for the current economy.
Yeah. No mortgage.
Maybe. You gotta pay.
This
gonna be property taxes.
This does eat Corsola.
That's right. Monster. But then it creates Cursolas, because that's the ghost of Cursola. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no real love for it, but I don't hate it either. I think it's fine. I think it's triagonal. It's my new word for fine.
Marine. Sounds mean.
Where? What?
It comes from Marini.
Oh yeah.
Sounds mean. And Toxapex. I mean, that just sounds mean. Like, I don't know. I like him.
They're definitely going for like aggressive, even though these are defensive Pokemon. It's an interesting decision on the naming convention.
Juxtaposition there.
Yeah.
Right above Shuckle.
Yeah, that's
Sick
probably the
bastard.
right spot.
I'm just gonna say that like every other Pokemon.
Marini.
You and every other guest, it feels like.
Marini is already on the list at 767.
Oh man.
Oh, this is much better than Marini.
That
I don't know if
evolution
that's
is
true,
good.
but that's fair. You guys decide where we put it, because I don't care about this one. I'd put it down with Marini.
I'm just looking for something.
I mean,
that...
I'm not looking like top 100 or anything, but I don't think it's 700s.
I'm already in the 4 somethings I'm just looking for something that, honestly, I was thinking of something that looks like it. Like, oh yeah, they can go together. Look at them. They're little spiky things. Yeah, like Dragapult, 443. That.
Ooh, spiky boy.
I mean, you want to put it above Crobat, Ryan, at 567?
Listen, Chris. How many times have you told me we're going to fix
Mankey at 568? That one's not getting fixed, but you're the one that messed it up. Kind of reminds me of Dreadnought in a weird way. Probably just because they're both Tinky water types. We have at 574, and I like Dreadnought more.
That's the Choodle evolution, right? Yeah. Wait, where is he? He just said his number.
574.
574. Oh, I like this more than Rampardos, which is at 571.
Oh, see, Dialga Origin 580. See, I just didn't see that before. Yeah, that's offensive to me right now. I've been smacking with my Dialga. It might not be the
Dialga Origin. Yeah, that's like brand new.
It might be the V. Yeah, it might be the V, not the V, not the Origin, the V.
We can't talk about V's that much on the show, man. I'm okay with going below Dialga Origin. I feel you, Quo.
Yeah, Dialga's the metal one, isn't it?
Yes. Steel and Dragon.
Yeah.
Ryan,
just like
Ferrothorn, 547.
I like Ferrothorn more.
Madman. Who did I start this podcast with?
Also, you're putting it above actual Dialga at 553. You son of a bitch.
I
Not to mention
like
Nick Necrozma. What's wrong with you? You just hate Quo? What are you doing?
See, we talked about this. That Necrozma is like 4 different Pokemon, because there is Necrozma. There's the baseline Necrozma that I can get a card of, and then there's the Dusk Moon and Dawn Wings Necrozma, and then there's the Ultra Necrozma, and all of those are very specific. Like, because then there's the Necrozma GX and then Ultra Necrozma GX, and oh my gosh.
Yeah, and also right below Necrozma, Naganadel, the Pokemon that Quo brought on his very first episode. What's wrong with you, Ryan? How could you try to do this to Quo?
No, that was just in the list. We didn't bring anything the first episode.
Oh, really? Okay. He just liked it a lot. That's right.
Yeah.
The first 3 episodes. It wasn't until episode 4 we had guests start bringing.
That's true.
And whenever I brought Decidueye because it went to the number 1.
True. Wow, back.
Yeah.
Still up there. You're at the top.
Still like top 5.
See, and I say Maganatal. No, yeah, he was good. He's all right. He's not bad. Yeah, he's not good now. He fell out.
Listen, I think me coming to Ferrothorn at 547 is some concession. Considering I was up at Snover at 407.
I think you could give it a little more concession. Below Dialga. At 553.
Chris.
Don't you dare spoil this podcast.
Well, now who's spoiled?
Okay, whatever. Let's just put it below Ferrothorn. Good God, this is the longest episode we've had since we changed that Pokemon. Below Ferrothorn, though. I will not.
Fine. Toxapex, a new 548. You deserve better. Any guesses where Toxapex comes from?
Yeah, everybody that's got nice pecs is really toxic. This is a rep.
I was gonna say in the game he poisons heavily. Like he does a. So I think you take. I don't even remember. I think it's 2 damage counters in between turns when you're poisoned. He had a move that made you take 10. So after it was 100 damage a turn. So after a couple of turns, it was only like 2 turns, and it would knock out most Pokemon. So I'm guessing the Tox is definitely from the Toxic and Poison, but the Pex is maybe because he is the tanky. He just like you said, his Pex. He's just.
I kind of wish it was that. It's Apex as in Apex Predator.
Oh.
This thing could not possibly be the Apex Predator. But whatever.
No. Not being a defensive minded. It is what it is. All right. Yeah. Next up, we've got Spinda, who, man, is going to be me when I stand up after this podcast.
This guy's super cute. I have good feelings associated with it because it is you catch it in Gen 3 anyways in the same place you catch Skarmories, and I always use a Skarmory when I could. One of my favorites. But I don't think we can really give it brownie points for that. It's just a cute bear with spinny eyes.
It's fine. I have no strong feelings one way or the other about this Pokemon.
Y'all know you hate Gen. Ryan, we get it.
7 out of 10, too much water.
I don't understand what that means, I suppose. Probably just because I don't know what the gens and stuff. Spinda's, he's confusing. People would use him in the deck to just stall you, to let them do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, definitely a confusion focused Pokemon in the game as well.
Yeah, like Dizzy Punch and stuff like that. It's just a normal type, which type we talked about, not good. Also solo evolution, not great stats. Really just kind of cute, and that's all it's got going for it.
Yep. Where do we have the cute and that's all it's got going for it, Pokemon? They're around here somewhere.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, honestly.
I see like Happiny at 845. I saw who was it? One of the other babies of those.
Well, like, yeah, but pink babies I specifically dislike because they added them just to make
That's
a weaker form
fair.
of Pokemon.
There's Pick-a-Pack and Comfy and Swanna and Chumbeak.
That's the bird section.
Oh, those are all birds, aren't they?
Gotta be a good bird to break. Is this better than Crabominable? 741. Yeah. Am I way too low, Chris?
I don't know.
Are you
600 is probably about right. Seeing anything?
Uh,
Cutie Fly. We can go blow Cutie Fly for you, Ryan, at 631.
thank you. Thank you. Yes, please.
Blow Mighty Anna.
Cutie and cutie.
I think this is above Flabebe at 690 on the Q section. Below Curlia at 678.
I agree.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe right there.
Yeah, I think that's good. Have we not ranked Plusle,
Yeah.
by the way? Minon's on
I
the
don't think
list.
so.
Plusle would have to be right next to him, I would imagine, if we had ranked him.
Yeah, that's got to be like right there. They're basically the same. But Spinda, a new 679. Fantastic work. I mean, you didn't know where you were going to end up, or really where we put you even. You can't see straight.
Yeah, for being the confusion Pokemon, it was the least confusing ranking of the night so far.
So bring up any guesses where we get the name Spinda from?
Just rotations.
The rotations.
Got curlies in his eyes and his ears and all over.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's confused. He's confused after he played Spin the Bottle with his Da. You don't do that. It's a bad idea.
Maybe a combination of Spin and Panda. Which, okay. But, yeah.
Kind of see him.
Next up, we've got President Obama Snow. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Ryan invented that joke. Nobody's ever said it before. It's definitely not already on our list. The Mega Form, specifically.
Oh, well. I wasn't here for that. It was new to me.
It was for Quo, everybody. All right.
And me only, not anybody watching this podcast right now.
It was just a treat from a buddy.
Y'all stop listening to that in the past.
You just skip past that joke. That was 30 seconds ago. We probably talked about it with the Mega. Not great typing. Fine design.
Yes, I liked this Pokemon and used it because it created Hail. It creates a whole team around that, which is very fun. Like it created Hail with its ability. You didn't have to use Hail or whatever.
Right. Yeah, it had snow warning.
I don't know. He looks confused. He doesn't know whether he wants to be a tree or whether he wants to be this owl or whether he wants to be this like thing.
Why can't he be all of it? I think he's going for Tree Cthulhu. Icy Tree Cthulhu.
I see that now. Now I can see it. The eye things, it makes me think of like a horned owl. That's where I got that from. But no, now I can't see. Now I cannot unsee Cthulhu. So
Good.
I think it's a better representation.
Once you see Cthulhu, you can't unsee him, man. It's done.
Yeah, and that definitely makes this Pokemon better.
Yeah, so I had to pull a picture again of Mega Obama Snow because I didn't remember it. That's worse than this, right? We're in agreement on that?
I would agree. Yeah, I think the Mega does a little too much.
Oh yeah, Mega. Looks like a poofy ball. Like a cheesy poof, but not cheesy.
just ice flavored. I don't know exactly how high we're going, so I can start. I think this is better than Beartic at 470. There was one other somewhere in this area I saw that I was like, oh, I'd put this above that. And now I lost it. Rillaboom, 456. This is better than Rillaboom.
Okay. I like it more than Carnivine, 39.
Okay.
Blasphemous, I know, but I like it more than Bulbasaur at 425.
Wow. See, that one I don't know that I can get behind. Do I like this more than Bulbasaur? Quo, do you like this more than Bulbasaur?
I was waiting for you to answer. I don't. No.
No?
Cute.
Strike that from the record.
And he's
Ryan,
iconic.
do you like it more than Bulbasaur?
I'm really on the fence about this one. I think I lean no.
Okay.
Bulbasaur has a little bit better typing. Grows up to be a Pokemon I like a little bit more, and definitely has a little bit more legacy to the Pokemon as a whole than Obama Snow.
Okay. You had me in the first half, but grows into a Pokemon you like more. I can't understand. Venusaur is like 800 and something.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's literally there, but that's where he belongs in my heart.
Good.
What is Venusaur?
It's the final form of the grass starter from Gen 1, so it's like
No. I was saying 186 is where Venusaur is. Yeah.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, Venusaur's good, dude. No, I mean, he's always big and tanky in the game, and he always does all kinds of status effects. Like, he'll always have an attack that'll hit you and like confuse you, poison you, and put you to sleep. Some nonsense. So,
if we're staying below Bulbasaur, do you want to stay below Bidoof at 431?
Yes, and Poltegeist at 443. At which point below Esper at 445. Right above Zui and Ivalug, I like, actually.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. All right.
Sorry, I almost spelled it wrong.
Yeah, Obama Snow, please.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if we could continue with the typo.
Like,
So cut the podcast.
Crap his pants? What happened?
I saw everybody hanging. Everybody's like, what?
Quo canceling the show? He has that power? Who gave him that power?
I'm sorry, Chris. I gave him the rights.
That's why there were only 400 Pokemon on the list. He was getting ready just to fucking...
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Do 446 Obama Snow. God, any guesses where we get Obama Snow from?
It's Obama in the snow. President Obama in the snow. That's him inside of Pokemon.
President Obama and his best friend Snowden.
The Japanese name is Yukinao, Yukinao, Nooh, which may be derived from Yukinoo, Snow King, which, fair enough. But it doesn't seem like the most original transition from the base to a Pokemon name. But that's okay. We're still not done with ice types, folks.
Good guy.
Although not just yet. Next up, we've got Regigigas. Regigigas? Regigigas?
I always said Regigigas.
That's what I've always said. But I've never ever heard it in the movie or show or anything.
For the longest time, I always, whenever I read it, said Regigigas. That's how
Regigigas. That's like a signature move.
Regigigas. Just farts on the enemy.
I think there's a whole movie that's like all about Regigigas, so I'm sure the pronunciation is out there, but we don't care. Regigigas.
I said Arceus wrong forever.
Yeah, I still go back and forth, honestly.
I think he looks neat. He looks like like a red light. I think I gotta look him up. He looks like a future, like a Jetsons stoplight.
That's an argument for this Pokemon, right? Not against it? Just want to make sure.
I'm not sure. I don't know what it is.
I think it is better than the original 3 Reggies, but barely. It's not as good as the 2 new ones.
Yeah. This guy should have been in Detective Pikachu. They had the Machamps and Machops doing the traffic directions. This guy is the guy who should have been doing the traffic directing because, dude, yeah,
they could only train him to do one spotlight though, because there's only one of these, right? It's legendary.
Oh, maybe that's why he wasn't there then. I don't know these kinds of things.
Yeah, you kind of have the pharaoh building the pyramids. You had to have all the replaceable slaves building the pyramids, like the slave Machokes.
Can you imagine if for legendary Pokemon in the card game they just made one
copy? Oh my God.
one
awesome.
like one Mewtwo card.
So there are cards that you can only have one of in your decks. So they just put out these things called Radiants. Like there's a Radiant Greninja, a Radiant Charizard, and a Radiant I don't know, there's a slew of them. Greninja and Charizards are the only ones that I've seen, so they're the only ones I imagine that are any good right now. But yeah, they have a rule box that states you can only have one Radiant Pokemon in your whole deck. So even if you had Radiant Charizard and Greninja, you can only have one Radiant. So yeah, I want to put Radiant on here. We need to rank those two.
Yeah, we need to rank every variance of cards. If there's been 15 different Zubat cards, we need to rank all of them.
You know, you can get Nail.
I just think he looks fun, though, the Regigigas. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's better than any of the original Regis by at least a good margin.
Yeah, although he
great
is
margin.
Purely normal type, right? But there's some kind of... Is there something where you can change types? He's got some kind of gimmick, but I don't know exactly what it is.
It's normal.
He's always got something around him, like he can never attack unless he has all of the other Regis with him. So I would imagine that comes from somewhere in the lore of him. Like, yeah, I don't know enough to say anything. I just know every Regigigas card always has something revolving with all the other ones. Like, this Pokemon will attack for free if all the other it has them all listed though. If Regigigas and all of them, because they even put out an electric one. But yeah, I don't know.
Wait,
talking about cards.
No, you're good, man. Wait, his gimmick is that his stats are two of his stats are halved when you send him out for 5 turns. His attack and his speed. Bad gimmick, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a way to change his type, either I'm not reading properly.
Yeah, maybe there's not. I thought he had some kind of weird gimmick, but maybe he's just bad.
He's a gender bender form. Wait.
What?
Nothing.
Official?
No. It's in the middle of all of these other official ones, just randomly.
Man.
Yeah, I think this guy is like 800s for me. You know, he can be a little bit separate from his little pawns, the other Regis, the original 3 Regis, but probably not.
See,
okay.
There's a Dragon Reggie now in the cards. There's Reggie Dragon and like
Regilucky, the electric one, is also very cool.
Is that how you say that?
I say it.
I like it.
Yeah, we like those two a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. They all have abilities that it's like if all of them are in play, then it can do this, or if all of them are in play, then they can do that. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever you want. I'd have to go and find other things.
Where do we have our monstrosities? Silvally and Type Null. Are those below the Regis?
Maybe 1 and 1.
Type Null's 30. Use.
Yeah, Silvally might be above though.
Silvally's a 750. I'm okay if this goes above Silvally.
And Un Fezant, but I think I'd stop there. Like Tyrogue.
I like it.
Dude, I just see Solrock at 700 right now. That thing is beating up everything. Solrock Lunatone, dude, it's a new deck that just came out. Like with they released a Pokemon Go card set that has all the Pokemon Go art in the cards, and yeah, dude, it is a stupid deck, and it beats me up, and it makes me mad because it's like a 90 HP Pokemon, and he is literally one-shotting my Dialga VMAX at like 280, I think is what I sit at.
Damn.
And it's just like, just get him out of here. I get so frustrated. I beat him every now and again.
All right, Reggie Gigas at 753, which so we've done the names for the Reggies, so we know Regis is Latin for royal.
Okay.
The Gigas is Latin for giant. It's easy.
Yeah, Diego Reggie Fils-Aimé. We all know.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we've got Vikavolt.
Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear your impression first, because you said you were disappointed in this thing.
I still like the way it looks. I still think the name's pretty cool. Maybe that's just because it has 2 V's in it, and that's pretty metal. But I don't remember it having a good move set when you finally get it. So if you didn't have moves you liked before you evolved, because it's a stone evolution. Is it?
It's an electric. It comes from a bug.
Yeah.
It comes from the Jolt, not Jolt.
Charge bug. Okay, yeah. So in Gen 7, when it was introduced, you leveled it up. It evolved when you leveled it up in a special magnetic field, which was a pain in the butt because I didn't know where to find that special magnetic field. It took me forever to finally find it to get it to evolve. And then in Gen 8, it evolves with a Thunderstone.
And it does not learn moves after it evolves in Gen 8?
It depends on what level you use the stone on it. It learns a few things, but it's not a broad move set. It can learn a lot of TMs. I don't know. Maybe is that the problem? I think that might be the problem. A lot of the moves it learns, so it's a special attack mon, not a physical attack mon, and a lot of the moves it learns are physical attack. So it doesn't really get stuff that is like useful for it.
Okay. Yeah, understandable. I don't love this thing, but I don't love its whole like evolution chain really. One who was anti-Charge-a-Bug, I think.
Charge-a-Bug's great. Right.
It's a battery. It's a bug battery.
It's a battery. I definitely threw those things inside of Dead Space receptacles a lot. It looks exactly like the batteries in Dead Space. I get it.
This is a pretty cool shiny. I think all the blue is like silver. The yellow is like neon green. And then the face area is like a deep maroony red. I really like this shiny.
From TCG standpoint, I can say that it's been pretty useful. It's had decks after it, like it's really useful. Like one deck one time allowed it to just grab energies and attach it to Pokemon, so you didn't actually use it to attack, but you just wanted it in play so that you could use its abilities. Right now, there's one that it's pretty useful because the Charge-a-Bug will allow it to attach to a Vikavolt. So you've got to evolve one Vikavolt, and then you can attach the Charge-a-Bugs to it. And because the Charge-a-Bug isn't an energy, you can attach like 2 or 3 Charge-a-Bugs in one turn, and then an energy, and it's kind of nice. I didn't play with it, but I watched a guy do it online, and I was like, dang, it's sneaky, I guess you could say, because out of nowhere you can throw down a lot of energy, and but they're not, because the bugs are batteries, so they're not energies, but they work as energies. That's the ability.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Little synergy.
So Ryan, where do you look for Vikavolt? I assume below Charge-a-Bug.
Yeah, I went to Charge-a-Bug and I started scrolling down.
What's the other one in the evolutionary chain here?
Grubbin.
That's the first one.
Who is fine. Charge-a-Bug's the best of this line.
Assume we haven't ranked Grubbin. Can't find it.
I don't think so. I think I'd go below Nihilego at 378. Below Vaporeon at 397. and maybe stop right there. I think it's better than wishy-washy.
I disagree. The end. No, I like wishy-washy. I like wishy-washy and new Pokemon Snap. I know you didn't play super far in that, but it's a cool boss battle level kind of.
I didn't even get it, Chris.
Oh, yeah, no, I forgot you hate taking pictures of Pokemon. You only like it when they murder each other, you sicko.
We don't murder,
Yes.
we knock out. It's funny because that's what the children will say. They'll be like, "Yeah, you want to kill that Pokemon?" I'm like, "Whoa, why are you being so violent, bro? We only knock out Pokemon around here because we play with them again later. We gotta get them back out."
Would you put this above wishy-washy, Quo?
Yes, pretty easily.
I mean, there we go.
Okay, this is above Bidoof. Oh my god. So
What?
sick. No, I'm just
What is
fine.
Bidoof?
Badoof's great. Don't you dare insult Bidoof podcaster.
I'm just gonna say, what's he got going for him? And
Have you seen the propaganda? Have you played new Pokemon Snap? Have you seen Badoof's Big Day? So, okay, Volt. Undeserved new spot on the list. I say as Chuckles sits at number 3.
No room to talk. Vikavolt at 398 is perfectly reasonable. Any guesses where we get Vikavolt from?
It's definitely Vicodin. I don't know where the rest comes from.
I got 0.
Vikavolt may come from Vice Grip and Volt.
His face does that.
Yeah. I see where they're going with for the Vice Grip thing, but I don't see where Vice or Grip is in Vikavolt. All right. That's all we've got for you tonight, Vikavolt. Next up, we've got Sneasler. Oh, who's not ice type anymore? I guess we did run out of ice types with Abomasnow. I forgot. I blame the whiskey.
What is he? Poison fighting?
Fighting poison. Yeah, this is the Hisuian form of Sneasel.
Oh, that's neat looking.
Yeah, well, it's the evolution of
The
Hisuian
evolution.
Sneasel, yeah. You could call it Hisuian Evile, I guess, but it's not technically. I think it's not as cool as Weavile, but I know when we were on the podcast with the Draft Punks drafting the Pokemon from Hisui, there was a lot of haters.
There were. And I love
this thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. I've seen a lot worse with the Pokemon.
It's got a good attitude about it. It climbs you up walls in Arceus. Who doesn't like being climbed up a wall while you're in a little backpack staring out with just eyes from the shadows? It was great. I love seeing that image.
And yeah, you get it before you get Braviary, and it really opens up the world in a big way until you get Braviary, and then you don't really need it.
Yeah, but also a solid mon to use. I used one of these in Arceus. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was a misspell. I thought it was a typo.
You thought it was just Sneasel. That's good.
Yeah, not even joking. I thought it was. I was like, and I didn't look it up. I was just like, Sneasel? All right, let's go.
All right, okay. A little ice guy? Yeah. Yeah, so I guess Hisui is barely in the card game at this point.
Yes, it is just making its way in the last 2 sets. Yeah.
Okay. So be prepared to see this thing.
Oh, I looked. I don't know what set it's come out of, but yeah, I see the TCG. There's already versions of it. I don't know. Oh, it's in Astral Radiance. I just hadn't seen it.
Does it look like it does anything good?
No. Okay, so it looks like the stage 1. It says that as long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your active Pokemon's retreat is 2 less, and that's pretty useful. But I don't know if it's useful enough at the cost of having that Pokemon on my bench.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, that's fair. I'd like to start the bidding below Toxtricity at 177. I think that's a fair. Better like bipedal toxic thing.
Yeah, I think that's fair. We should mention really quick that Weavile and Sneasel are both already on this list, but both considerably higher than where we're already sitting. They're both. I do like them more than Sneasler.
Yeah, I think I like the original form of Sneasel and Weavile more than Hisui and Sneasel and Sneasler. But yeah, you're right. On that Draft Punks recording, Sneasler got a lot of undeserved hate. So we're going to show Sneasler the love they deserve. Now we can go a little bit lower than that. I just wanted to start the bidding there. I don't think this is better than Toxtricity. I think that's the absolute ceiling.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm trying to find what number that is.
It's
177 we're looking at, Quo.
All right.
I mean, I like it more than Venusaur.
Our Lord and Savior Arceus.
I forgot I wrote that.
Yeah, I do like this more than Venusaur. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Cool. Let's just really shit on Draft Punks and put it above Rayquaza that Brian just brought last week.
Oh my god.
Let's do it.
Oh my god.
Brian's gonna send me an angry DM the day this releases, and then he listens to it. I'm gonna get an angry DM from him. Sir.
I said good day, sir.
I'm looking like probably not above Gyarados, probably not above Sharpedo, maybe like right above Kabuto, below Fat Pikachu.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. A new 183 for Sneasler.
You mad at that, Quo?
Sneasel. No. That was just Sneasel, right?
That's exactly right. What? Maybe a combination of Sneasel and Ruler? It could also be a combination of Sneasel and the comparative suffix meaning more. Thus, more Sneasel.
Sneeze more.
Probably more appropriate because it's like literally just looks like taller. The claws are bigger. Like I don't know. I didn't compare the like stats for 94 pounds to.
It's Sneasel. Mm-hmm.
So you say about your buddy that just sneezes too often? Kind of a sneeze.
All right, Sneasler. Well, that's our random list of 10. Quo, of course, gets to bring a Pokemon to rank. Quo, who'd you bring with you tonight?
I don't know if it even exists in y'all's world, man. I want to bring the Ultra Necrozma. I definitely do, but if that's not even a thing, then no. I'll just go
it's
with
just
the
one Necrozma.
Then that's the one I'm going to bring, and I'm going to go with its versatility as the reason why.
Okay, I'm pulling up a picture of Necrozma because I was told Quo was bringing something else. Hold on.
Last I heard, it was Dialga.
Yeah, but Ultra Necrozma just looks so sick, dude. I think I like Ultra Necrozma in terms of how it looks more than the Darkrai.
Everybody stare at a picture of Dialga while I get a picture of Necrozma, and you can talk about Necrozma.
Yeah, see, Ultra Necrozma looks so much better than regular Necrozma.
What do you like about Necrozma, though?
I'm gonna go back. Well, I'm gonna go with the versatility. If that's what it goes into, I don't even know how useful it would be in the video games, but that whole line is pretty useful, like all of the different Necrozmas have all kinds of different things that go along with them. Like there's one Necrozma that if it's on the bench, you can just slide it into the active position. So like if your active Pokemon has a status effect on it, that will get rid of that status effect. So there are also a lot of Pokemon that have, so like if you attack, it will literally say you cannot use this attack next turn. You can use your Necrozma to just slide up, and a lot of times have a free retreation also, or like a switch card in hand to get that Pokemon back up, so you can use those attacks that you're not supposed to be able to use a lot. Then, like I said, it leads to the Ultra Necrozma, and I just think the Ultra looks the sickest. That's the biggest thing.
So I guess Ultra is in the game as well. When I open it up on Bulbapedia, it lists Duskmane, Dawnwing, and Ultra. Mm-hmm. Chris, is this just that we're curmudgeony old fucks who refuse to like the Ultra Beasts and they're actually good? We're just...
No.
No.
It's the children who are wrong.
It's those young whippersnappers.
Yeah, those young whippersnappers, like, whoa.
Because even I want to say even the other ones were good. Like all of them just had little things about them. Because the baby, I say the baby, so that's just a Necrozma that doesn't have. So there's Necrozma GX, which takes 2 prize cards, and then there's the baby Necrozma. But then there's also the babies, like you were talking about earlier, like Pichu and such. But the baby Necrozma is good. There's one Necrozma that totally negates all damage from like colorless Pokemon, which there was one point in time where there was a Drampa that was really, really good, and it was a colorless Drampa. And I'm pretty sure it was just like, here's my Necrozma, and you can't touch me now. Get off me. But I actually played with the Ultra Necrozma for a long time, and that's just really the biggest push for the reason Necrozma again. It looks so sick. He's like a big, nasty dragon, metal-looking. I don't even have words for what he is.
Do be having some really freaking crazy high stats as Ultra Necrozma in the game. Base stat total of 754 is that's really high.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Ultra Beasts go, he's not bad. We can certainly move him up, I think. He's down at 558 right now. I think he deserves higher. It's fair.
Okay with it. Where would you be looking, Quo?
Right above Shuckle.
Heal.
No, like I'm gonna let me see, because I'm literally going down the list like and ranking them based on like Zoroark. Super, like I won so many games with Zoroark. Same thing with Darkrai. Like way down. I don't know, like 50 something, but so then Necrozma goes further. Ultra gets like 50 something, but like the regular one, I could keep going.
Well,
so like
the regular one includes just all the forms. Mm-hmm. We don't have all the forms separated here. Just same with like Dioxys and what was the other one? The weird green one. Can't remember the name of it, but it has a bunch of forms too.
Yeah.
Oh, Deoxys is like with the wiggly arms.
Yeah, and it's got like speed form, defense form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all in the one. So this had the one Necrozma has Ultra, Duskmane, and Dawnwing in. It's one package. It's a package deal.
A new 100.
A new 100.
Just shove out Honchkrow. Give me the bouncer.
Because I see like Zorua, like this cuteness trump all of that other stuff. Because I like Zorua and Zoroark, so that's up to y'all.
Where are you looking, Ryan?
I did think about Dialga though, because that's what I'm playing in standard right now. Because it's the same reason I didn't bring the Shadow Rider Calyrex, because Calyrex was just one Calyrex, but the ice is trash. The Shadow Rider's good.
You know, I was just looking at Spectrier, which is the horse for the Shadow Rider, at 56.
Oh, does it have its own Pokemon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's its own Pokemon in the game. Rayquaza's right below that, Chris. It's on the list twice right now.
Oh, I forgot to delete it. Oh, so the Rayquaza is not down at 150, whatever. That's right, we moved it way up. I forgot.
Yeah, it's 57. So let's take this opportunity to put Brian down now and put this above Rayquaza.
Oh my god.
And below Spectre.
I'm sorry, Pumbaa. I didn't mean to.
Brian, if you're listening, I want to tell you I don't agree with this. I don't want Necrozma in the top 100, if I'm being honest.
I mean, if we're looking that high, that's where Quo's looking.
Yeah,
is this area.
Super useful.
Quo was looking at number 100. Ryan, what happened to that?
I mean, at first he was looking at above Shuckle. What happened to that? We could go back to that.
The record show, everybody was brought a Pokemon on this show and put it in the top 100. I'm not the one squashing your dreams.
Yeah, all the Necrozmas are pretty sweet, and I'm not mad at any of them. The Dawn Wings looks neat. The Ultra looks neat. The regular one isn't even bad. Duskmane, they're all cool.
They're all alright looking.
Above a lot of my favorite Pokemon. I mean, Tyranitar's in this list.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Ampharos,
just Necrozma's like lion form. I don't know what that one's called, but I think that is like a cooler looking Solgaleo. So
yeah,
Solgaleo's at 152.
And I mean, well, its wing form is a better Lunala, if you ask me.
That's not true.
It's Lunala. Wow. My own opinion, not true. Who could have foreseen?
Little did you know.
Lunala's at 63.
I tried to build a deck with Lunala. I like her, but it just wasn't good. Just not viable.
Again, Ryan, you're trying really hard to put things above Typhlosion. I don't know what's wrong with you, man.
Look, Typhlosion's in the top 100 at this point. We only got 8 episodes before the new games come out. He's still...
And every one of those Pokemon are going to go above Typhlosion now?
Absolutely. I mean, Fido maybe. Lechonk maybe. I don't
Typhlosion, but Tyranitar's only got 5 spots left before he's out of the top
100. Yeah, I'm looking at Tyranitar too. I do like myself a lot of Tyranitar.
Hey, I tried not to touch Tyranitar.
Here's what I'm looking at. I think it could go above Victini as far as legendaries that I have never in my life interacted with because they're barely in the games, but are still cool. I could put Necrozma above Victini at 105.
I'm okay with it. Will you be able to sleep tonight, Quo?
Yeah.
He's like, this is your stupid list. I don't give a shit.
Of course. Be able to sleep and go to bed right after this.
You squashed my dreams when you said no to Ultra Necrozma. That was... I understand the reasoning, because I definitely see how all of the differentiations could definitely be overwhelming.
Every form like that for all of Pokemon, this list would have been like
Chinese
1,200 before the new games came out. It'd be so big. So, not that it's not already a lot of Pokemon. But Necrozma 105, we're so happy for you.
Moving on up.
Yeah, I mean, he moved up 453 spots, so I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good jump.
Hey, I made good arguments for it.
Yeah, no, I think Necrozma. Did we decide? Is it Necrozma or Necrozma?
I always said the Necrozma.
Necrozma at 105 is great. There's a lot. Did we go over the name origins?
No.
I think you were while he was gone. I think that's when you realized.
The podcast never broke. Don't listen to it's something with necrophilia. I don't know. Just explain necrophilia to us real quick, Ryan.
Necros, ancient Greek for dead. Kuro, black. Prisma, ancient Greek for prism. Or plasma. It may also involve Project Ozma, which is an experiment made to search for extraterrestrial life, which ties the whole Ultra Beast thing together in a nice ribbon.
Mm-hmm. Is this guy like the quote unquote legendary of Ultra Beast, the like god of Ultra Beast or something?
He's the base form of all the other ones. Like you've got to Duskmane is Solgaleo and Necrozma put together, and then Dawn Wings is Lunala and Necrozma put together, and then I don't know what the I want to guess Ultra's both of them maybe. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, that's why it looks like Solgaleo's, because I'm pretty sure those are together.
Yeah. Even in the games, like it says it dominates their bodies and minds to assume Duskmane Necrozma or Dawnwing's Necrozma form.
Jeez, that's cool.
It's a little sus, bro.
Pretty sus. I wish they would just go all in on like Pokemon fusions. They touched it a little bit with that lore, but then also with like actually having Calyrex combined with Spectrier and Glacier, whatever it's called, to make one Pokemon. Like that's such a cool idea that I was hoping was going to be their next like big weirdo mechanic instead of become crystal garbage, whatever the hell that we're doing.
I messaged Quo that word. I'm going to pronounce it for him now because I messaged him to it and he was just like, what the hell is that? Terastallization.
Exactly.
Yeah, so in the next gen of Pokemon, they like become gems and sometimes take on other forms if they have like, or not forms, other types if they have a different Terra type. There's a lot of unanswered questions. They look really weird. But yeah, that's going to be replacing the Dynamax and Gigantamax.
Yeah, I hope you're ready for T-Max Pokemon cards, is what they'll probably call them. I don't know.
I like saying, do y'all have Vs? Like literally you'd be like, I would say I'm gonna play my V card. Because they were all like Necrozma V, I'm trying to think, Arceus V, Dialga V. It's like, yeah, here's my V card. I don't even know how they, like, as big as Pokemon was, they were like, these could be called V cards. Like, nobody did that. Nobody then went, we should maybe change it just like to anything else, literally. Because it's V to V Max. And that's where I say it could have been G, like Gigantamax, to even tie.
Yeah, where did they even pull the V from? Like, I have no idea.
No, because yeah, I thought about it and I don't even know.
Just to make sure people don't get the games and the card game mixed up, they've got to keep it as different as possible, I guess. Well, that's silly, but that's it. That's all we've got tonight. Quo, thank you for joining us.
Not a problem. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Dude, we're so happy to have you. It's been too long. Do you have anything to plug?
Me, Quokimbo. I'm Quokimbo everywhere. Instagram, YouTube. I've been making daily shorts. I try to upload literally every day hunt stuff. Me either killing in hunt or getting killed in hunt or just something. Just 15 seconds. Every day. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Nice.
Whatever. Plug me.
I try to stop by the streams when I see you.
I stream, I don't know. I'm not what's that word? Consistent in my streaming. It's just
I feel
whenever,
ya.
like everybody's
Whenever it
sleeping, be
happens.
quiet. Yeah.
It's 1 a.m. It's time to stream. Yep.
But yeah. Thanks.
Chris, anything to plug?
Yeah, you know, I've also been making shorts every day, mostly gym shorts. Sorry, that's terrible. Yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching us on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. If you haven't hit it yet, what's wrong with you? Sick. Make me sick. Otherwise, if you're listening to this on your favorite podcast app, we'll have a link below if I remember to put it there. Sometimes I don't, and I'm sorry. I say I do every time. I don't always remember.
And come stop by our Twitch page, twitch.tv/Spelunkers. I streamed this week. I played like 6 hours straight of Temtem on stream. It was a grand old time. I made a lot of progress. I got all my Temtem taken away from me because I got arrested. Like, that game went places. Yeah, I guess spoilers, but you know, you don't know when to expect that. Thank you everybody for joining us as we continue finalizing the most important decisions of our lives. We hope you are well until we reconvene in 2 weeks. And remember, gotta rank them all.
Gotta rank 'em all. Pokemon.